it has quotes on it. Dear soul, patience is power. Don't force anything. Pushing is a kind of violence in the language of the soul, in the same way that forcing a flower to bloom before it is ready. Okay. Anyway. Allow and surrender. Choose tenderness as you approach reality as it is, and allow the natural flow of life to happen. I put on this YouTube meditation shit, and it's got like quotes on it. I'm gonna get distracted this whole time. Hi, Robin. Hello, happy May 1st. We're in the May energy now. Still have some of that lingering April caca energy that I'm not a huge fan of, but some people may have found that they work through things faster than others, and we're already feeling good. Anyone? So hi, Tori, Robin. And you know what I thought to myself? I'm gonna do another giveaway for a gift certificate today. Today, I'm going to do a $40 gift certificate towards a session. Why not? You know? Happy May 1st. Rebecca, I was thinking about you this morning. I'm like, I got to get back to her at some point. So, Robin, Tori, Lisa. I was going to begin this because I feel like some people come on and just watch like the first few minutes of a video who don't know me. This is my full-time job. It is a lot to be a single mom and to run this whole business on my own and handle life and still have a clean house and shit. So if it takes me a few days to get back to people who are looking to schedule, my apologies, but I do my best with what I have. I'm a very busy woman, Cynthia, and I still haven't heard back about my biopsy yet. She said 3 to 5 business days. It's been like that much plus some. Should I call? I feel like they usually have the results online, but I don't even see them there. So I'm like, did they lose my biopsy? Anywho, we're going to do, would you guys rather do questions to ask ourselves, animal spirit cards, or angel number cards? What do you guys fancy today? I think that's all I have, actually. I've been working from home. Hello, everyone. Okay, hold on. Rebecca, blah, blah, blah. John. Hello, John. Hi, Doug. Hi, Ed. You sent me so much shit. It's going to take me a while to process, too. And hello, Cynthia. Okay, so here's my list so far. Robin, Tori, which I only spelled with T-O-I. Okay, Lisa, Cynthia, Rebecca, John, Doug, and Ed. All right, guys, so here we go. Let's look at the May energy right now, and then we're also going to talk about perhaps mental health, how you can tell it's on the up and up or the decline, and practicing the pause perhaps. I don't know, I've got resilience on here too. Just whatever it's going to take for our souls to improve. That's what I'm always going to talk about, guys. And if you have like questions about psychic medium stuff or spiritual stuff, or really honestly anything, or if you have interesting things to share that too. This is an open forum to do whatever. The only thing I don't do on here is readings besides my spirit cards. Animal cards. Okay. Hi, Sherry. Hi, Jacqueline. So I will, anybody else want a card? I would think that if it was something that you urgently needed to know about, they would have called you. Speaking of which, I got a phone call this morning, which I don't answer phone calls unless it's my mom or one of my siblings or something. I won't answer a phone call. It's just not my thing. I like to have everything in writing for my work too. So when people call me and they have a problem texting, I'm like, sorry, this is how I do business. But what were we saying? Oh, I got a call this morning and I didn't answer, so it was a voicemail, and I listened back and it's like, this is it was like hold music, and then Amazon was calling me to confirm the purchase of a new iPhone on my Amazon account. And I was like, wait, I ain't no dummy. I went right over my Amazon account. I'm like, ain't no iPhone on here. What are you trying to get from me? New scam alert. I sent a text explaining some of the Virginia stuff. Apparently, I don't know how to say her last name because I don't watch the news. So apparently her neck was broken unofficially, I think, and her brothers were living with her, which is weird. Right? Really? Hi, Lisa. Wait, did anybody else want a card? The last person I had was Ed. So, anybody else want a card? Oh, yes, of course, Sherry. Sherry wants one. I can't write on lines for the life of me. Hi, Lisa, Christine. You're new and wondering why the pick of Lincoln. Well, Lincoln, I've always had an affinity from Abraham Lincoln. I can only trace it back because I have limited memory because I live in between, but I could trace it back to my first grade year of school when I was having a really bad day, and my first grade teacher, Mrs. Keeler, this is what I remember, gave me a Lincoln penny paperweight, and I became obsessed, and I just like to learn about Lincoln. He was a man of integrity and perseverance in the most challenging of times. He was funny. He was eloquent. He was a good speaker. So many things to like about Abe. But anyways, I also, fun story for those of you who haven't heard, went and got me an Abraham Lincoln tattoo. And then somebody said to me afterwards, like, oh, yeah, how many tattoos do you have? And I counted. It was my 16th tattoo. And I nearly lost my mind. But also, and welcome, also we've gotten Abe on Spirit Box plenty of times. But anyways, yeah. I just like it. I think maybe I don't know everything, but, you know, I feel like I was definitely connected to Abraham Lincoln in my past life. One of the many. So Kathy, I'll put down for a card. We'll put Kathy, N, and Lisa. Facebook unlocked your page for me, so I had to like your page again. Why is Facebook terrible? What does that even mean? Can they do that? Are you sure? Hi, Heather. Okay, so here's my list. Robin, Tori, Lisa, Cynthia, Rebecca, John, Doug, Ed, Sherry, Kay, Lisa, Kathy, who's new here, and Lisa. See, wait, is that one Lisa? Yes. Okay. So those of you who don't know me, I'm a full-time psychic medium. I have a small community here. This is how I like it. We talk about anything interesting, spiritual stuff, self-improvement stuff always, and open to fun conversations. But these are my friends, and we always welcome new friends. So definitely not a coincidence. I know, right? I was getting back-to-back tattoos at the time, so I was losing count, you know? I was going through my divorce and shit, and I was like, you know what? He didn't like tattoos, and I love them, so I'm just going to continue to get them whenever I feel like it. And that's when that happened. Anyways, so hi, Tammy. Thank you so much for the angel number cards. I really wanted to get me some. You're welcome. Did you say that you're another Spirit Box? It's kind of noisy right now. Where are you? I said we got Abe on Spirit Box, but yeah, I'm not opposed to doing another one. I'm thinking maybe, what is today? Thursday? Perhaps tomorrow or Saturday. Said I wasn't following or liked your page, so I had to. That's weird. All right, let's look at the energy, and we're going to do spirit animal cards today. We're also going to talk about other things. You guys, any fun news with the Diddy trial? Coming up in just a few days, and all we have is courtroom sketches, and they're like, oh, you guys, you know, based on courtroom sketches, Diddy's not doing good. And I'm like, based on courtroom sketches? That's what, okay. You know, how weird is the world, you know? I'm glad you're embracing you. It's your body. You know, my daughter asked me yesterday, and she's going to be 12, but she asked me yesterday, because I had tattoos when I was married. I think I had 6 or 7. Now I have 21, I think. They're all on my arms. But she asked me, like, will you have your tattoos forever? And I was like, yes, honey. She's like, well, what if you're not going to like them? And I'm like, I love all of my tattoos. Like, that's the thing. And I get a lot of compliments from all the kinds of people, but I mean, if I were to tell you guys stories about all my tattoos, I drew this one out. This is my unilome. I did the Strength Tarot card that I pulled for myself when I was going through my divorce. I have the Wheel of Fortune on my shoulder, which I also pulled for myself during my divorce. I have the Hamsa. I have a key. Key is a symbol to unlocking the universe and knowing of all things. One of my favorite ones, though, is this one. So your quill pen and your rose. Roses have the highest vibration. It's one of my favorite tattoos, actually. But because I do automatic writing, and I love this so much, I believe I did that in another lifetime. I also have a crystal ball up here. But I love all of them. Hi, Tully. I love all of them. So is the Diddy trial streaming? Yeah, it's going to be in the form of a cartoon. That's what it's going to be. I'm going to be like, according to this cartoon of Diddy's in the courtroom, seems to be doing really bad. It's going to be a whole little cartoon show. I believe there are only 2 Lisas. Do you have 3 on your list? Oh my gosh. 1, 2. Shit. No, I have 2. I do have 3. I have 3. Are there 3? I need all the Lisas to say hello again. Lisa B is the first one. Other Lisa? I can't imagine getting my tattoos removed, and I'll add more eventually. Yeah, I'm good with what I have, but I'll for sure, if I feel if I have a calling, like I want a mourning dove, I'll probably get one of those. It's very significant to me as a bird, but also my divorce and things like that, so. No, I made that up, Sherry. I'm very sarcastic. You haven't picked up on that yet? A raven. Oh, yes, it's also one of my most favorite ones. That one, if I was to show you guys. This is a beautiful one that I love very much. Ooh, very spiritual bird. Mirrors are the windows to the soul. Anyways, so I remember when they did courtroom sketches, but I don't believe it's not doing well. I believe he gone. He been gone, done gone. Where's Diddy? He's gone. You know. Well, all the Lisas, please snap right. So Lisa C. So that's 2. I just added an additional one. That's all the Lisas, yeah? Lisa B and Lisa C. And actually, they are in that order on the list, too. You want a raven for a pet? I've heard they're very intelligent, but you can't piss them off because they'll hold a grudge for 17 years. 17 years. I think a lot about like the role of animals here on Earth, all the different animals, like how crazy it is the animals here on Earth have to eat each other and stuff. It's not like that in heaven. Like I think about all kinds of different things throughout the day, but that was one of the ones I was thinking about yesterday. I was thinking about animals deeply. Anyways, or make friends with crows. Yeah, well, I believe they both hold grudges just the same. But all you have to do is leave out peanuts and shit, and then they start bringing you diamonds and coins and old soda bottle tabs and shit. Like, they like to bring you shiny presents, I heard. All right. I follow the birds, and there is a website called the Bird Collective that donates to, did you know 1 in 4 birds, over the last several years, like 1 in 4 birds no longer exist here in the U.S. You know why? Because they're eating all that toxic shit we're putting on our ground and on our trees and everything else. Hi, Christy. Hi, Liz. Okay, so I have a pretty lengthy list here. I'm going to put that right there. We're going to do animal cards. If anybody would like to be on an overflow, I can do one of those. Sometimes I get to them, most of the time, but not always. I want shiny presents. I know, somebody posted, I follow some of those groups, and somebody posted, like, is this for real? Like, her crow brought her a goddamn diamond. And I was like, what? Where'd it get that? How amazing. Anyways, so, Robin, the first one, we're going to get on to May's energy in just a moment here and all the other fun things of which I wanted to talk about. It is like very gloomy and dark and dense today outside. I'm just like, ugh. So I'm going to do some chores before I have to get on to work. Hi, Chris. How are you doing? Are you in California? Are you in Tennessee? Where are you? You guys, I had a beautiful session yesterday with somebody, and it felt... And this is what I talk about you guys being in your fields, is because I've never met her ever, but I remember like the whole day, because I just kind of am open to spirit throughout the day to see what I get for people. And it was just like, who is she? And we kept thinking about like, who is she? And then I met her, and then we know exactly who she was. Like her soul was so special, and she needed to hear that. And it was so inspiring and beautiful. And I just want to say, like, I loved meeting her and I loved her session. So if she's watching, I'm glad that I was able to meet her. The 1 in 4 birds. Yes, I have the fact here somewhere. I'll share with you. But hello, Linda. How's the baby? Raining nonstop. It's been doing something out there. I'm like, I'm not going outside. Tennessee this week. I'm lucky if I go out of town in Illinois. Like meaning my own town and the town I work in. I'm okay with working from home, but when I'm working from home, I for sure miss my office and the crystals that are there. I'm like, oh, my babies. I shouldn't have left those ones there. Anyways, Robin, the puffin. So the puffin very much represents partnerships. Accept yourself and your colorful personality. Feel confident about being you. You are a joy bringer. Let your community nourish and protect you. Ask for help when needed. Be open to receiving it. Teamwork will give you the best results. Yes. Hi, Nicole Marie. All right, on to Tori. So here's the energy now for a week, right? Let go and move forward. Remember all that stuff we were talking about with April? A lot of us went through a lot of hard things in April, and it was just a lot of different planetary alignments and stuff. It was pulling up things, right? And then seeing where we overgave and where we gave beyond what we could for other people, and it wasn't reciprocated and stuff. And it's looking at relationships and seeing that perhaps some of the relationships we have no longer serve us, even though it hurts, but now is the time we're moving into bigger, better, amazing things. And this is why I always say you got to work through the stuff that's within you to make space for good things to come to you. Have you made the space? So now is the time of being clear on what you want and affirming it out to the universe. Oh yes, I have been clear, although a couple of times I have had stinking thinking and was like, Kristen. And then I go right back to my gratitude, things like that. Because guess what? We have a brain in here. We're human. This is going to get in the way. We've been conditioned and programmed, and the world around us constantly is changing in weird ass ways. Am I right? Tully, April was so blah, I just kind of am like, so glad it's over. Office is officially set up. Oh, good, Nicole. Congrats. So believe, and trust. So the contrasting of our shadow experiences that we were dealing a lot with in April are fueling your desires and helping you to dream big. Dream big. Why not? Guys, what is limiting you? earth shit, yes, let's fight through it, you know? Good, Robin. It's the 4th time you've gotten the dang puffin? No kidding. You guys tell me when you get the same card again. So much thinking, but I fought through those thoughts. Oh my God. If I slow down, see, we're going to talk about practicing the pause. I need to learn to slow down a little bit and speak with intention sometimes. Working on myself, always. So you are being called towards expansion. Yes, I believe that. And this is what I said when I was going through it in April too. You can go watch any of those videos, but remember, they're only here for 30 days because Facebook is terrible. But I was talking about it. I was going through it and I'm like, I feel like shit. My emotions are all over the place, like whatever. But I'm honoring, and this is why I tell you guys, stick with it. Trust everything's going to work out. You know, believe in the good. Envision it for yourself. Envision happiness and abundance in all the different ways and everything else. And then those things will come to you. You know what's important though? Consistency. You got to be consistent. You can't fall back every time you're having a hard time. You've got to stick with it, and then you see results, you know? All right, so on to Tori's card in just a moment. So let go of something every day that you feel is no longer helping you grow or evolve. Sometimes we hold on to people, places, or things because we feel guilty for letting go, right? You feel bad for somebody. I'm just going to sacrifice parts of my life so you can have me in there. You know? I used to do that shit. You can't feel bad, guys. You got to do what feels good to you. This is part of the reason we come here. These challenging experiences and fighting through them. Yeah. So we hold on to people because we feel guilty for letting them go, but that's exactly what will help us get our power back and be free to move forward. You guys. You remember cardigans? Did we talk about cardigans? I love cardigans. I actually had one on and I was like, you know what? No, I'm going for a cozier look today and feel always. So I'm wearing my sweatpants, sweatshirt, but I'm done up from here. You know, that's what I always like to do. As long as I look good and put together from the head up, I feel like it ties my whole outfit together. We had a 3.9 in Utah County. That was Oklahoma. Anyways, I didn't feel it, but people in my town felt it. But I think the epicenter is only 20 miles from me, not closer. Utah, do you have lithium? What is your state's biggest natural resource, guys? Do you know? Do you know what's under the ground where you live? Here in Illinois, it's coal. So if we switch back to coal, I don't know, whatever, then I'd be worried to live in Illinois. Just saying, Earth is weird. Hi, Donald. Enjoying the rain, is that a question or a statement? I was thinking to myself this morning, I'm like, you know, I can't wait till summer finally comes or spring or whatever, because I don't go by the seasons. I go by the temperature outside and shit. That's how I determine my seasons. See, I'm not listening to the calendar, but I'm like, you know, it's crummy and icky and rainy, and then it'll get nice and really hot probably for 2-3 months, and then it's going to do the same rainy, cold bullshit into winter all over again for 8 months. 9 months. Anyways. Yeah, you know, I knew what you meant, Tammy, but I've experienced one of those when my son was a baby. I just happened to be up in the middle of the night for it, so I felt it. It felt like a plow truck was driving, like, on my street. That's just like a little bit of a rumble, and that's it. You say something about telling you if you get the same cardigan. Oh, I get it, Doug. Card again. All right, so that is your May 1st through May 7th energy. So during May, you're going to be saying, I asked for all of this. Hooray! Look at all the amazing things coming to me. Wow, hot dog. It's unfolding exactly how I pictured it, exactly how I imagined. Oh my God, all that stuff Kristen was talking about, the law of attraction, I'm starting to see it now. That's bananas, you know? And then honor and trust, right? All kinds of minerals in Utah. Really? Any that the government can use for anything. Or like, can it be used in a car? Lithium, those 900-pound lithium batteries in those Teslas. Wisconsin is lumber. No shit. I still tripped out at what the prediction for the U.S. wildfire map was, which was almost all of the U.S. And I was like, eek, did I know about this before? Just like the moon being out all the time? Things that make you go, you know, was I just never paying attention to the moon constantly being out in the day before? Or is the moon just suddenly now out in the day all the time, you guys? Is it a Mandela effect? like all the other weird shit. So the work, the patience, the growth, it's all paying off, guys. All of it right now. We're in May. We've been hyped up for May, right? Yes, we've still got some of that sluggish energy. We're getting out of it. I feel nothing but deep gratitude for this moment, right? That's what you're going to think. I have such gratitude for all the things that are coming to me. The vision you had is finally showing up in your reality, right? Everything is working out for you and you trust this is a dream and you are living it. I could say something else, but so thanks. I was just about to ask my echo. So what else do you guys have? You know, Illinois coal. Illinois is so boring, you know? So moving on to the next thing, and Tori. The moose, Tori, for wisdom, the moose. Let your head and mind reach to the stars, yet keep your feet grounded on the earth. Listen to the ancient wisdom in your soul. The ancestors speak to you and through you, so you know a lot when you can silence that mind and connect to your intuition. Oh, I hope they write. Here's what I want. I don't have to be rich and famous. I don't care about the fame. I tell you guys that all the time. But I want them to write about all the shit I talk about. I want them to go, there was somebody who brought about some change. And people started to see life differently. And they started to accept. And they started to embrace. And they started to grow. And just, you know, I want that to spread. I'm 43. I feel like I got to get a jump on that, you know. Thank you, Connie. Great Salt Lake has lithium in it, I believe. We also have coal, copper, and oil. You got a whole lot of shit there, huh? Did you ever see the Doomsday planes? Did you guys have drones? They had the Doomsday plane fly. It was super low. I was like, what the hell is that? And then I heard about it, and I was like, why was it here? That was years ago. Tennessee has Jack Daniels. Okay. Highly flammable. I had the owl before, which is also wisdom. No shit. And I'm glad that you retain that. Look at you. Retaining stuff. So also May is the month of manifestation. Again, these things are beginning to mature. Money is flowing in. Abundance in all kinds of different ways is growing. And your energy is aligning with everything you have asked for. I trust and believe. Oh, yes, I am excited about it. That's what I say too. Get excited about the things that are coming to you. I have experienced and been using the law of attraction for a long time. It's how I got my very first office. It's how I got my second office. How I got one of my cars. Like, you know, just in a lot of other things, you know, maybe not tangible things, you know, but I've been using it for a long time that I trust. And I know that if I get excited about what's coming, what I put out there and I envision for myself, I know then that is adding fuel to that manifestation that I'm putting out there. I get excited about it, like genuine excitement. You know, I am so excited for my future, you know? Oh, wow. Utah's a gold mine if the church would let them, but they stand in, really? I have to look into that. So say yes to abundance and overflow, yes to upgrades and downloads, yes to the version of you who doesn't settle, right? So May is magic. May is a magical time of manifesting. So the Bird Collective, here's what I stumbled upon this and I was like, I love this so much and I'm going to buy this blanket off of there, but which is cotton. Talk about some synthetics in a moment here, but so North America has lost more than 1 in 4 birds in the last half century. So this Bird Collective sells bird items like shirts and blankets and hats and coffee mugs and stuff, but they donate money to help bringing awareness to the birds and how we're losing them, and they're so beautiful and I love them, you know. Also, for anybody as I shuffle these cards who is interested and you need a last minute Mother's Day present, remember it's coming up soon. Bath and Body Works, Through It Candles, $12.95. Body creams and mists, $5.95, and your plugins are $3.95. So there you go, or $3.50, whatever. So, and your hand soaps, guys. Sugarcane, oranges, and strawberries in Florida. I have not seen an orange tree yet. Right? Really? I mean, Florida's known for their oranges and their milk, or no? I've seen a lot of cows. What's with the wild boars? You know, what are they for? Like Pumbaa. Or Timon. Which one is it? All right. So I wanted to go into this really quick as I get onto these cards, though, because I don't believe that many of us know, and this is why I'm really big on like the milk thistle and now the chlorophyll and, you know, various other healthy things, is because there's so much poison in a lot of the things in our life that we really need to be sure to have due diligence. First of all, we can't eliminate everything, but also to use supplements if you're able, you know. My hair? Thank you. I went to bed with it in a braid, and then I just tousled it. Is that the word? This morning. Nancy and Ned. I love that, Linda. I have so many I can't even name them all anymore. I'm like the bird woman, crazy bird woman. They have a sale now, free shipping at $50 too. Anyways, so do you guys hear about the forever chemical, also referred to as PFAs? So these include food packaging like fast food wrappers, microwave popcorn bags. I actually did not know that. And pizza boxes, as well as stain resistant, water resistant clothing, carpets, all kinds of different things. And toilet paper. And the toilet paper, of which us Americans love to use and fight over during times when there's COVID. For the bird side, oh, I will. So what kind of household items contain these things? Well, let's have a look in just a moment as I get on to, I already did Tori, because we said wisdom, and then on to Lisa B, the humpback whale. So sing healing songs to the world, speak beautiful words from your mouth, right? Your inner navigation will always guide you. Nothing can stop you or keep you from your goal. I affirm, I am unstoppable. I achieve my goals with ease, whatever it is you need to hear. You know, align with your purpose and the power of your soul. The humpback whale. You guys remember last year when I think it was last year when the guy was like kayaking and got swallowed by a whole ass whale and then the whale spit him out again? I was like, oh my God, it's like real life Pinocchio. That's so crazy. 111. All right, on to Cynthia in just a moment. So here's your household items that contain these forever chemicals, which are really, really bad for you. I'm going to tell you how they affect you in just a moment. So pesticides, stain resistant products, firefighting foams. I mean, I'm not spraying those around everywhere. You have them in case of an emergency, yes. Microwave popcorn bags, like I said. Eye makeup, pizza boxes, paints, sealants, varnishes, cleaning products, nail polish, dental floss. Putting all kinds of bad shit in their mouth. Fluoride, dental floss. Anyways, non-stick cookware is a big one. Water-resistant clothing. Anything that isn't cotton. Oh my God, I love the feel of cotton and we just don't use it much anymore, guys. Linen. Shampoos, candy wrappers, fast food packaging wrappers, pesticides, all kinds of different things, right? And here are the things that they could cause, right? So some studies should suggest cancer, reproductive health disruption, including infertility, developmental delays. Now we're being exposed to these things all the time, even so much as a thermal printed receipt, guys, that you get from the store or a gas pump or whatever the case may be, right? So immune system affects everybody. A lot of people, not everyone. I won't say everyone. A lot of people have immune system disruption. A lot of low vibrational things around us, but also a lot of things we're ingesting. A lot. Not to mention the 5G. Whales coming onto shore. What are you talking about? Also, you guys, I need your help. So remember I was doing these giveaways. I have the piles here and all of them have like a post-it with the name of who won what. Who got the shadow workbook, guys? There's no post-it on it. Remember? And then I didn't go back and listen to that feed, so I don't know, you guys. I can go back and listen to it, but I'm hoping somebody can help me so I don't have to because I don't even know which video it was. Eek. I didn't hear shit about these whales, though. All right, so reproductive health, thyroid problems. Everybody's hormones and shit are all disrupted, right? Persistent in the environment and in the human body, meaning they can accumulate over time and have long-lasting health effects. These chemicals that we are constantly exposed to, right? Long term, you guys ever notice not only the early onset dementia and stuff that's happening now and it affecting so many more people, everyone has bad allergies these days. Not everyone, but a lot of people have bad allergies now. And this is where we talk about a lot about detoxing on here, you know, because there's so much around us and that's going to affect, remember, our mind, body, and spirit are supposed to be acting together to keep us healthy and they all need to be in balance, you know. I heard about a bunch of dolphins near LA passed away on shore. The water's so toxic over there from the fires, probably. Really? What do you mean? What? The ocean's so big. They have so much more space. Can't they go somewhere else? I would just be like, you know what? This ocean's nasty. I'm going a little further. That's what I would do if I was a dolphin. They're supposed to be intelligent. That's weird, no? Well, isn't there an underground alien layer there? Maybe they just tossed them out of their layer and they just made it to shore, yeah? One of the books. Well, Betty won the, this one. The Magic Eye book, because it says Betty on it. But Betty, if you would like something else, you can definitely do that, and I can do a different giveaway. The Magic Eye book is very beneficial for, again, helping you to open your third eye, your clear seeing. You know? The toxic algae is affecting the sea life in a bad way. Toxic algae? The hell is that? Like the red tide? Do they have that there? I was in Florida once when they had red tide. Not only is it disgusting, but there's just nasty, rancid, stinky, rotten fish all over the beach. I'm like, oh my God. So your exposure pathways can be found in your drinking water, your food, and various consumer ways of consuming. And exposure can lead through multiple routes. So your mouth, through breathing, through touching, all these things, guys. I'm just going to go around wearing a mask, rubber gloves, I'm going to wear a hazmat suit everywhere I go. I'm just kidding. But this is what I do. I don't worry about these things. I avoid what I can, right? What is within my reach as a functioning human being right now, you know, and then I treat my body well. I treat my spirit and my soul well. You know, I treat my mind well. So those are the things that I do, you know, and that's all we can do. Yeah. I mean, unless you want to go balls to the wall with eliminating everything, you're still going to have it in so many other different ways. Really, you'd have to live in a box. You know what I mean? They look so small, potentially youngins. I hope it changes. But again, but they can go anywhere, can't they? The dolphins? All right. So new study again reveals that holding store receipts for just 10 seconds causes the skin to absorb enough of the highly toxic chemical, whatever that is in these forever chemicals that I can't even say, to violate safety thresholds. No big deal. Why do we need our receipts to last forever? Who cares? Isn't there like a 30, 60-day return policy anyways? Right? If we were worried about it, no one would ever leave home. That's the thing, you know, and we could see gradual change over time, but these things are going to be present for a while. And, you know, there's going to be this whole chemtrail debate forever, I feel, you know. Have a wonderful day, Linda. It was Cindy that won the book, Kristen. Okay, thank you. I wish I knew which live it was and I would have, but I believe you. That's why I figured I'd ask on here. Okay. That does sound familiar to me. I'm just going to write it right on the book. Okay. Thank you. Appreciate you. I will never choose print receipt again. Yes. Just email me that shit and I want to touch it. Walgreens don't even ask me anymore. They just send it right to me. I'm like, I wouldn't even know where to find it. So anyways, moving on from that. And onto Cynthia's card, which I never did because I've been talking this whole time. Oh my God. Cynthia, the lion, for a higher calling, right? You have within you all the courage that you need. Let go of the past and reclaim your majesty. Forget the past. Ain't serving you anymore unless you're learning from it, right? You will find success and contentment with those by your side, right? Make noble choices for your life and the people around you. Hey, you know, you might be onto something with your hazardous materials suit. I bet you can start designing a fashionable hazmat suit right now and put copyright on it. Except for I'm not fashionable, Doug. Do I come off as fashionable with my sweatshirts and t-shirts? Fashionable, right? I've worn them before. I don't mind them. Anyways, all right, guys, we will look at a few more things. Oh, and before I get on to the mental health stuff, you guys, did you hear about this? One of the most valuable paintings in the Netherlands, titled Gray, Orange, Maroon number 8, this is in 1960 by Mark whatever, was vandalized accidentally, or damaged accidentally by a child at a museum in Rottingham. And the crazy thing is, it's a $50 million painting, and it's really just a gray stripe and then a red stripe under it. So I've been doing this forever, where we look at that and we say it's a piece of art. Ways to launder money, I suppose. You love the pictures? I love that for you. I know, I do too. If there's one, if it takes me 3 seconds, I start to get upset with myself. I'm like, no, Kristen, you're better than this. But then once you see what it is, you can't unsee it, so you always know what it is, you know? That's why I put it away for about 10 years, and then I'll bring it back out and then do it again, so I don't remember. All right, on to Rebecca. The Black Jaguar. Old soul. So walk through life with confidence and grace. Yes, grace is important. Confidence and grace. You have power from beyond this world. You have a lot of love and support. Focus on what you really want. You can create your dreams. Yes, especially today, now that we're in May. Just keep focusing on the good things. Scientists are now converting plastic waste into vanillin, vanilla flavoring, using genetically engineered bacteria. You can look into that more if you'd like. All right, now moving on to the other fun things I wanted to talk about. Let's talk about signs your mental health is improving, guys. You do? All right. Wait, was that your card, Rebecca? Okay, good. Thank you. On to John. Alrighty, so signs your mental health is improving. Getting out of bed feels at least a little bit easier. Feels at least a little bit easier. Sometimes, yes, sign your mental health is improving. You know, getting out of bed isn't such a chore. I just rip myself out of bed now. I don't even hit snooze or anything. As soon as it goes off, I'm up and I put on my pants and my socks and I get out of bed. And then if I really want to get moving for the day, I put on leggings immediately. You know what I mean? So you're able to experience a wider spectrum of emotions when your mental health is improving, not just like doldrum, mopey, sad, depressed, or whatever, or just overly excited and anxious all the time. You're able to experience a wide range of ups, maybe downs, and things like that, but you're more aware of your emotions too, yeah? We don't need more bacteria introduced to us. We've probably got parasites, mold, bacteria, nanoplastics, microplastics, Bill Gates, egg shit, who knows? Like, there's probably so much floating around inside of us right now, you know? So that's why I talk a lot about natural supplements and treating ourselves nicely, yeah? The seals in California are going crazy and attacking people. Excuse me? I shuffled these, by the way. That is crazy. It can kill dogs and make humans deathly ill. Yikes. I didn't hear about this, but that is sad and crazy. All right. The loon. That's one of my faves. The loon makes me think of Connie, because she said she'd seen a loon and she told us a story. And then I was like, oh my God, there's loons on the wallpaper in the men's bathroom at my office because I have to use it sometimes. But anyways, the loon for being intuitive, John Kelly. Listen to the song in your soul. Trust your intuition as you have a way of knowing. Yeah, our intuition, our truth. Emerge from the busy life and seek solitude, right? Recognize that you are unique and you are forever loved. The loon. Red beady eyes. On to Doug. Utah Lake, it's one big here. It gets it bad. Keeping away from it. No kidding. Toxic algae blooms. No shit. Why? Toxic algae blooms that are just algae that we can't control? I'm gonna look that up. That's crazy. It's not good. Aww. Hi, Amber. How are you doing, darling? Signs your mental health is improving. Everyday tasks and routines are starting to feel less overwhelming. Everyday tasks and routines can feel overwhelming for me. Excuse me for a moment. I think I have a lot on my plate. That's for me. So, but do I allow them to get in my head as overwhelming? No, I just do my best with what I have. And sometimes I don't get everything done, and I'm okay with that. I've got a comfortable place for that now, you know? You're able to focus on more than just surviving. Oh, yes. Gosh, let's live. You know, that's why we came here. Hobbies, fun activities. See, my work is also my hobby. Spirit stuff, you know? Activities, fun ones, socializing. These things don't sound crazy overwhelming anymore. Now, it is a different day and age where there's such great divide in the world. A lot of people, I feel, aren't getting together with people as much as they used to, you know? Doug, the sea otter. The sea otter. Sea otter. So they live in the ocean? No kidding. My sister Cynthia sent you a message with the name of the book that she won the day she won with her address and the messages. Did you get a message that'll give the name of the book? Okay, perfect. I'll go check those when I'm so, they've got so many messages, so I'm working my way through them. Fat and happy, full of biscuits and gravy. Love that so much. Biscuits and gravy is delicious. Are delicious. So Sea Otter, for happiness, be the master of playful living. Have fun, release expectations, and enjoy every day. Let worry go and instead choose love, choose peace, you know, surrender to the waves that are in the ocean. Yeah. Also, your good destiny of love is sure. Doug, that's interesting. Pray tell. On to Ed. All right. You're building a higher tolerance for discomfort when your mental health improves. You're building a higher tolerance for discomfort, have a wider range of healthy coping skills. One of the best ones is your mindfulness, right? And then focusing on the opposite of the problem, instead a form of visual meditation. You know, some people like to color, draw, paint, play music, whatever the case may be. You're coping. Healthy coping skills, right? Instead of grabbing a glass and drinking a bunch of booze or something, you know? You're able to appreciate small everyday things that bring you joy. Small everyday things that bring you joy. Hey, Doug, let me ask you a question, actually, that I was thinking. So since the Sasquatch spotting or thing that I heard about you on YouTube, did anything, because I like paranormal and I like to think, you know, and you saw that flash and stuff and we talk about that, but do you think that anything within you spiritually changed since then? Do you feel your intuition was stronger? Do you feel more something, anything? I'm just curious. Hi, Dorothy. Well, we know several people had these as pets. Ed, the raccoon. The raccoon with their little adorable posable thumbs. So decide on what you really want to have the ingenuity to claim it. Yes, where do you want your life to go and what are you going to do to get there, right? Avoid being the trickster and practice integrity. You have many roles and can juggle them well. Balance, Ed. When I'm sad or stressed, I don't even jump to smoking weed anymore. I literally have to do something that I enjoy doing, creative, wise, or music. Yeah, exactly. I like to daydream. I like to just remove myself and daydream. Listen to the birds, do some deep breathing, grab my tuning forks, all kinds of different things. Whatever I'm feeling at that moment, you know, and I love that for you. You're able to appreciate small everyday things that bring you joy. Oh yes, like the birds, for instance. I know I share pictures and stuff. They really bring me joy, guys, and they raise my vibration, and listening to them connects me to the earth and grounds me, you know. You need to have an upper GI scope. What's going on, girl? I should get one of those, but when I did that, like a bunch of bones cracked inside of me. Hello, 43. Anyways, your symptoms are becoming less disruptive, even if they're still there. So your mental health is improving when things aren't as disruptive as they were before, but they're still there. You know, mental health is improving. That goes back to healthy coping and stuff, you know. Put on your hummingbird feeder. They're here. I don't have one because I'm terrified that I'm not going to empty it properly and they're going to die from bacteria. That's what I heard. You guys hear it? My red-winged blackbird. Also, you have more energy. You have more energy when your mental health improves, as I get onto Sherry K's card. So you have more energy. Yes. You guys, also fun fact, in case you eat jelly beans before bed at all ever, or any candy, can make you feel fatigued the next day, and you could struggle with chronic fatigue syndrome if you have sugar before bed. Did you know that? You're able to interrupt negative self-talk and then stop and change it to something positive. Mental health improving. Compassion, opt for a healthy mindset, healthy coping skills, healthy coping mechanisms, whatever the case may be. But instead of that negative self-talk and that stinking thinking, right? You switch it to something else. Also, you start to become curious about what the future holds when your mental health improves. Here, let's change that to you start to get excited about the future. Sometimes you got to fake it till you make it too, you know. Okay, so here's the answer to my question to Doug that I forgot I asked. Well, since I've been doing that paranormal investigation thing for so many years now, I think I was pretty aware already, but that definitely put an exclamation point on things because that was the most bizarre thing. Oh my gosh, bizarre thing I've ever experienced in my life. Yeah, right, Doug? I just keep thinking about it. I know it's weird, but like I keep envisioning you driving down and like hitting this thing, and then like I'm like, okay, you know, was the raccoon the only thing that was physically real? Like, meaning he was interdimensional and the raccoon was actually an earth thing? Or what? You know? It just poof. It's wild. I was like, huh? Oh, good. The right strain will make me. Oh, okay. You guys, did you know hummingbirds are on the endangered species list? No, but 1 in 4 birds now is starting to just disappear. And it's sad because we're just spraying poisons everywhere. Of course, it's going to affect the animals too, you know? Why did dandelions become so ugly to people? You know? We should just start plucking them all and harvesting them for dandelion tea, which is so good for us, you know? All right, so you're able to bounce back faster after setbacks and relapses. That's how you know your mental health is improving. You can bounce back better. Oh, shit, you know what? It's okay. I fumbled up for a little bit there. Life happens. I'm going to honor and be patient with myself and understand that change ain't easy, and I'm going to get right back to it. You know why? Because I'm deserving. Mental health improving. Yeah. Sherry K, I love this one for you, darling. The butterfly. The butterfly for rebirth. You know, you can reinvent yourself, open to the rewards of change. You have brilliance to share with the world. Yes, girl. So love every part of your journey. We all got a special gift, guys. We all do, believe it or not. And they all may not look the same, but we all got them. One of my purpose here is to help you guys understand that, you know. I've heard dandelion is good in salad too. Yes, if you like salads. Salads, I feel like I'm eating rabbit food, you know. I'm just like, can I get some substance here? But I will eat salads occasionally. I think I'll probably have some questions about that will never be answered because the questions I have about are almost endless. I want to know your questions though. Maybe I could tap into it and then I can have answers, you know? I yelled at my friend about his dandelion. Did you? Dorothy? Dandelion tea is good. I ate a dandelion at my ex's house. I'm like, did your dad spray these with weed killer? And they were like, no. And I ate it and I'm like, this is dry. I didn't expect it to be so dry. But anyways, you're welcome, Sherry. All right, guys, on to Lisa C, and then Kathy, who is new here, and then I'll do, I don't know, whatever I'm going to do, magic tricks. Now, let's look at how our mental health, signs that our mental health could be, you know, getting worse. I thought about this because I was looking into psychosis and shit the other day. Because I just think about these things. I'm like, you know what, I want to learn about psychosis a little bit. You know, so I did. I studied it and I found it fascinating. But anyways, so this is where I landed. You no longer feel like doing the things that used to bring you joy. Mental health is deteriorating. Even the thought of doing fun things is draining. What's fun though? I think fun is different for everybody. To me, like going out to a party, not fun. Doing my work, meeting new people, doing lives, you know, whatever. Fun for me, you know? Yes, he was killing them. Oh, shame on him. You're struggling with maintaining personal hygiene, guys, or keeping your living space clean. I remember those days, not the personal hygiene one, but just like when I was so far like in depression that I just stopped giving a shit. I'm like, you know, I'm going to stop cleaning this house. I'm going to stop doing everything because nobody cares. If I do anything, I'm so sad. Everything felt heavy, whatever. So then my living area would become disrupted. And then it just perpetuated my disrupted feeling because, you know, I'm looking around, nothing's organized, nothing's where it's supposed to be. You know, you just start slacking. So super important for your mental health too, that you keep your living space clean and orderly. You know, and sometimes I don't feel like dealing with shit and hanging stuff up. But again, my rule when I decided to become better was, you know, put one thing away in every room I go in, or take something with me to put away from every room that I'm in, you know, never really leaving things to just sometimes, but you know. You were just talking about this today. Which part? Oh my gosh. You guys. All right. So anyways, on to Lisa and signs of our mental health getting worse. So texting your friends and loved ones back feels like a chore. Depends on what we're talking about. Also, I get about, I don't know, 80 texts a day. So from between work and all the different platforms I receive messaging on, and people and spam and shit, so many texts a day. And I'm like, sometimes, I mean, some will fall off and I forget about them. Just being honest, I'm only human. Make your bed every day. Yes. And that is something, thank you. That is another one that I do that I never did before. But when I moved out from my very long relationship with my ex-husband, one of the things that I did every day too was I made my bed every day, and I still do to this very day. It's one of the things that makes me feel good. And I used to have this excuse like, well, it's worse with, bed mites or dust mites or whatever if you tuck your, like, I made that my excuse. But the truth is that it does make me feel better walking into my room and my room is clean, my bed is made, I can sit on it, I can relax, I can get up, all these things. So not enjoying what I used to. Right, I remember that. But see, we're also changing as people too, and sometimes the things that we used to enjoy no longer serve us. That doesn't necessarily signify that your mental health is declining. It could also signify not just that, but that you're different now. So for me, when I was younger, yes, I'd go out to the bars, I'd stay out, I'd have fun with my friends, or even as I got older, I would go out and do things and, all this other stuff, go to a concert, I don't enjoy those things anymore. Like I said, what I enjoy now, like going to those things doesn't suit me. It's too much energy. Like I just, I'll do stuff occasionally, but what suits me now is this stuff, my work, connecting with people, inspiring others, helping people heal, all that stuff. That's what excites me. That's what makes me feel joy and happiness and all these things. I feel completely fulfilled with my work. I can't explain that enough, when you make your bed, you start. Any other tips, guys? That is a good one. More likely to have bed bugs in a made bed. That's what I'm saying. That was my excuse. Like, well, whatever. But I think it was more like dust mites. Bugs in a made bed. Just sneaking in, like, oh, she made her bed. No, we can still get in. Spiders and shit. Is that what you're saying? No, thank you. Bedroom clutter is the worst. It feels terrible when you do get around to some sort of control. Such a great feeling in making the bed. Yeah, I know. I have a side chair in my room. I love that I am also living on my own, so I have my whole bedroom to myself. I was with my ex forever. I never lived on my own before. Now I've got a side chair and there's a sweater sitting on it, and I'm like, oh my god, driving me crazy. But I'll put it away right when I'm done with this. Anyways, on to Lisa, darling. The snow leopard for self-reliance. You are strongly independent and often solitary. Are you? So integrity is important for your best outcome. Cloak yourself with invisibility and strength, and walk with the shamans. Use your intuition and let your life unfold in silent perfection. Yeah, silent perfection. Interesting. Think about that. Bedroom clutter is the worst. Oh, I'm also going to do a $40 gift certificate giveaway towards a session before the end of this too. I have the chair too. There's a couple of things. You ever see that meme where it's like my chair at night when I'm going to bed, and it's like a bunch of laundry, but they make it look like a ghost, and then it's like during the day it's just the chair with laundry. Yeah. Anyways, that's funny. So you're beginning to get overwhelmed by small things, mental health decreasing and becoming worse. You might get irritated, angry, or panicked easily. So when I start to notice that I become irritable because I'm mindful, I go, oh, I'm being irritable. Let me withdraw and gather myself and process my feelings. What is overwhelming to me? Why do I feel this way? What can I do to improve? Sometimes I do adult color. That is something that will just distract me then, and then get me in a meditative state where I can start to process my thoughts in a healthy way. Scare the crap out of me in the middle of the night, right? I'll never forget. Like I have always thought, and I still think to this day, like I'm going to be laying in bed and I'm going to like open my eyes in the dark room and I'm going to see somebody standing there. But the one time that happened to me, I was with my ex and I rolled over in bed and like opened my eyes and there was just a little bit of light from like a nightlight or something, or the moon, I don't even know. And then standing next to my bed was a child with a blanket in their mouth, just standing there staring at me. I'm like, oh my, scared the shit out of me. It was my own kid. I'm like, why would you just stand there like that? That's so creepy. It was my son at the time. I was like, get in here. Anyways, so you feel like you're living on autopilot and not really present. As I get on to Kathy, if she's still here, she is new. So Kathy's card. But You feel like you're living on autopilot and not really present. Sometimes I feel like that during times where I'm downloading so much more new information. Remember, I'm not retaining all the information. I'm getting flickers of it as it comes to me, but I'm going to pull that out of my back pocket when I need it. Whatever it is, I'll have the right words to say. I'll have the right thing to, I've noticed that in my work. You know, if Kristen doesn't have the words, Spirit has them for me. That's what I'm saying. Oh, wonderful, Kathy. You've listened to me talk this whole time. Thank you for being here. When you wake up every morning, name 3 things you're really grateful for, and you'd be surprised at how it really helps your mindset for the day. Yeah. And then practice that through the whole day. The whole day. I find things that are very irritating about Earth. Earth is a wild experience, you know, the open land being built on, the animals squashed in the road, you know, all kinds of stuff. But I acknowledge those things because it's part of this experience, you know. But then I always switch that to something that I'm grateful for. And then I practice gratitude throughout the day. But yes, soon as I put my feet on the floor sometimes in the morning, again, if I want to go really fast for the day, I put on leggings. But if I'm just wanting to be comfortable, I'll put on sweatpants and just move slower throughout my day. I don't know how that happens, but, you know, and I'll do affirmations. Like, today's going to be an amazing day. I feel good. I feel great. I feel wonderful. I feel, you know, I am deserving. I am open. Affirmations are good too. That is a wonderful one, Robin. I'm going to start doing that too. Excited to be here. We're excited to have you. I can't believe, I was thinking to myself, like, how many hours of these videos I've done, and now only 30 days of video stays up at any given time. Still, that bothers me, and I'm trying to move them over to YouTube. I'm doing my best. I don't know what the hell I'm doing, you know, so there's not that many up there. I don't even think they're public. I have no idea. Oh, again. All right, guys, and then I'm going to do collective cards here in just a minute. So Kathy, darling, the owl for magic. Oh, the owl. I'll never forget the time I was driving and a beautiful white Harry Potter-like owl just swooped right down in front of my car. And it was years ago when I was going through like one of my first awakenings, you know, and I was just like, oh my God, thank you. I lost my mind. But the owl for magic, choose to know the truth because you can. Open your intuition, open your inner vision and your clear seeing. You can see through deception. Right? Trust your inner knowing. Let the past go and make room for a better life. Rise up. Magic and wisdom are your birthright. You know? And we release fear and worry and shit like that too. Also helps. You downloaded them? Did ya? And that is the easiest way for me to download them. Takes no time at all. Yeah, I don't understand. I don't comprehend. All right, guys, and here goes our collective cards in just a moment here. But you're experiencing fatigue, lack of energy, or motivation. Remember, some of these things may not only be your mental health, but a lot of it can go hand in hand with the energy at any given time between the planetary alignment, the Schumann resonance, the collective, all kinds of different things, you know. So you're trying to avoid or numb your feelings with things, right? Like avoidance, food, substances, staying busy 24/7. I did that when I was going through my divorce, and I didn't realize that I should grieve my divorce and all these other things. I just worked constantly, so I didn't have to face it. So I had to face it after. I faced a lot of it then, but I couldn't finish until later with that one, you know? Hi, Amanda. It's okay, honey. Just copy the link and download it. There's a button. I just do that, but then I got to transfer it over to YouTube and all this. I need somebody to do all this stuff for me. Like, I just can't. It's hard for me to stay organized in my mind. So also mental health, declining your behavior is becoming more erratic, impulsive, or risky, right? All of a sudden you're going on shopping sprees when you ain't got the money and shit, or doing crazy behaviors like driving like a lunatic or whatever the case may be. Just examples that I randomly came up with. You no longer feel hopeful or curious about the future. Things feel like they have very little meaning. Very little meaning. Oh gosh, if we only knew that truly there's meaning to everything in life, you know, everything. Anyways, we've talked a lot on here about programming and shit like that, but I want everyone to remember and to understand that this is a limited experience we come to learn and to grow in spirit, to become closer to our higher selves, you know, and it's our option and our free will to do so, you know. Thank you guys so much for being here. Let's look at our collective cards. I'm going to swipe right so I don't see any names. And then you can comment. I'm doing a $40 gift certificate. This will be my last one. I said that yesterday, but this will be my last one. $40 credit towards a session. if you guys are long distance. And I have a whole log of my gift certificates because people buy them too, but gift certificates and my credits. So I actually stay on top of that. So while I go through these cards, you guys may comment as much as you'd like. Comments, I feel like, are delayed by a minute. So, you know, I'm just going to wait to do these cards and then get back to it. Thank you guys so much again for being here. I do these giveaways because I appreciate you so very much. And I want to meet more people face to face. It's my favorite, you guys. I say that and I mean it. Practice the pause. We're going to talk about that tomorrow. I was going to talk about it today, but we're going to talk about it a little bit more tomorrow. And the animal guidance card I pulled for us today is the sea turtle, and that is for protection. A couple people got this yesterday. You are the master of finding life's flow, guys. Be in harmony with the rhythm, and your path will unfold. Go with the flow of happiness and abundance. Persevere and you will succeed. You have everything you need to be protected and to be happy. Question to ask ourselves today: where can I create more space? Where can I create more space? Physical, emotional, spiritual. Instead of filling yourself up with busy work and things to do, create more sacred space in your schedule, more time for you, in your home, your mind, your lungs, your heart, breathing, focus, intention, and love, you know. So do a clutter detox of your schedule, your home, your innermost feelings, your innermost self. Make space and clarity will come, guys. Schwitzing all of a sudden. Still can't see any comments. And onto this angel number card. Again, when I swipe back, whoever I see first is going to win. So 1414 is the number I pulled today. And that is focus on your needs, desires, and hobbies. Everything is more accessible with a lighter attitude, right? You will be blessed with new opportunities, new friendships. Opportunities are the big one. New friendships, but also perhaps even addition in some other way, a good addition. So good vibes will speed up the process. That's where we say living in gratitude is ever so important. All right, I'm going to swipe back, and the first name I see, $40. Tori Huffman, congrats. And it says detox. Tori. Okay, Tori, $40 towards a session. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you for helping me to remember who won the shadow workbook. I appreciate you guys very, very much. I enjoy these always with you. If there's anything you want to talk about, feel free to send me a message on here or shoot me a text. Text is easier. But anyways, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Let's go ahead and do our chakra affirmations. These help us to stay centered and grounded and connected. Yeah. So big deep breath in through our nose, out through our mouth, releasing any tension, fear, anxiety, worry, anything that does not serve us. Why hold on to it? Just make us sick and crazy. Nobody wants to be sick and crazy. We're up against it here already, right? And from our root to our crown, I am centered, I'm grounded, I'm safe, and I trust. I reawaken my passions. I'm creative. I share my gift with others. I stand in my power. I know my worth. I am valuable. I love and I let love in. I am love. I live in peace and gratitude. I speak the truth. I speak kindly to myself and others. I freely express myself. I honor my intuition. I honor the wisdom I receive. I see clearly. I embrace the unity of all things. I am one with all things. I am one with the universe, God, and all of you. Thank you so much. You are so very special to me. Remember, thoughts are things. Keep them positive. You are deserving, and I will see you next time.